everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. I hope you're all well and I hope you're having a good weekend. So today's video, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, is a chatty catch-up vlog and I'm going to be answering your questions. So I asked for questions on my Instagram and also on YouTube, and quite a few of you have sent in some questions for me. So thank you so much to everybody who has put a question forward, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to film this video. So I'm going to answer every question that I have been sent. Some of them I've had like a lot of the same questions, but slightly different, if you know what I mean. So I have been asked by a few people about my health. So we'll start with that one first, because quite a lot of people asked how I was getting on with my nose and what have you. So if you are new here, then some of this might be news to you, but for all my regular viewers, you will know about some of my health conditions. So I have a few health conditions, unfortunately. Some of which cause me problems, some of which don't really. So I've got celiac disease, so I'm gluten free, but I haven't, sort of, touch wood, I haven't really got a lot of problems with that. But there is a question, I think, I'm just looking down at questions about that, so I'll answer that question when I get to it. But as regards my sinuses and my polyp situation, I had my appointment at the ENT at our hospital, local hospital, and yeah, I've got polyps again up both nostrils. That I had a CT scan and they actually showed it me, and it was dark grey where there was all polyps, and black was where there was my sinuses were. There were the gaps, sort of thing, and I thought it was going to be the other way around, because there was so much of this dark grey and just some black. But the black was actually where it was clear, and the dark grey was where it was all completely blocked. So all my left nostril, all that is completely blocked. All behind my eyes was all this dark grey, and some dark grey behind my right nostril as well. So I've got polyps again. I've had them removed about 10 times so far. So I'm having them removed again. The waiting list is a year at our local hospital, but she said she would be able to get me in sooner if I went to a hospital that was a bit further away. I said, yes, please, I'll travel anywhere. The sooner the better, because like I say, my left nostril is completely blocked, but I might have to keep stopping the video as well to wipe my nose because it just trickles as well all the time, just down this nostril. So to cut a long story short, because I don't want the whole question the whole video to be about this or woe is me or anything like that, or depressing, but I have got something called Santa's triad, which is connected to this. So it's when you have recurring nasal polyps, tick, severely allergic to aspirin, tick, and asthma, yes, tick. So those three things together are something called Santa's triad. So there is this procedure that I can have done after I have had the operation to have my polyps removed. So that you used to have to stop in overnight, but for the past few times it's been a day case, great, and it's under general anaesthetic. So I will have my polyps removed, and then they will be sending me for, which they have never talked to me about before, even though I've suffered with it for nearly 30 years now, about something called aspirin desensitization. So basically, like I say, I won't go into major details about it, but the closest place to us is Sheffield. So it's a little bit of a drive away, probably an hour away. We are from Sheffield, something like that. But I said, yeah, I'll go. And basically what they do is they give you controlled little bits of aspirin and then build up the dose, because I'm severely allergic to aspirin, ibuprofen, Nurofen, anything like that. When I was given it, I went into anaphylaxis, and yeah, so I'm really severely allergic. But you can do this aspirin desensitization. So basically they up your doses in a controlled environment. So they are there in case you have any reactions, and they go up bit by bit until you are taking aspirin every day. So it will be lifelong, the same as my blood thinners. I'm on blood thinners now for lifelong, and this means I would be on aspirin for lifelong. The benefits of this are that it is used for chronic sinusitis, allergic rhinitis, all of which I've got, and also recurring polyps. So it helps, apparently aspirin helps to keep your sinuses clear and not blocked. So it would hopefully, touch wood, cut down on me having to have the polyps removed. So, yeah, like I say, I could be here all day talking about different things to do with that. But basically that's where I am with my ENT. And then the other health thing was, I've got another cyst on my ovary. I've had them before and I've had them removed. But this one is quite sizable, apparently. I was told. I went to the gynecologist this Monday just gone, and yeah, he had a good feel. Always pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, he said that, it's sizable. Can't you feel it? And I said, well, I do get like stomach pain sometimes, but no, not really. And he said if it was to turn around, it would cause severe abdominal pain. He doesn't think it's cancerous, but basically I've got to have it removed. And yeah, he said it was large. He said it was the size of a 16-week pregnancy. So yeah. So I'll be having that removed as well. And he said that I wouldn't be on the waiting list too long for that. So fingers crossed that will be done and dusted, hopefully soon. I mean, I don't know what he classes as not too long. I don't really know. So anyway, yeah. So that's the first thing. I've had, like I say, a few questions asking me how I am. And thank you so much to everybody who did ask. I tried to sort of give a shorter version of that in my replies to you, because as you know, I always reply to every comment. But yeah, that's basically it. So enough about that. So we'll get on with the other questions. Right, so quite a few people asked me a lot about if I work or what job I did before YouTube. So there was Tanya Calvert, hi Tanya, Pamela Powell, what job did you do before YouTube, social media, Louise Turner, all along the same kind of theme, and also Nikki from Bits, Bobs and Bubbles, and also Sandra Holland. Right, yeah. So there was quite a few questions about what I did before YouTube, if I've got a job. So basically, YouTube is now my job. I don't have another job. I started when I started YouTube, I did still work, but then I had a lot of issues. It was when my brother died. I was finding it very difficult to cope. So it coincided with my husband getting a promotion at work. I only work part-time anyway. So anyway, cut a long story short, I did work up until about maybe 4 years ago. And then, because time flies, doesn't it? And then, yeah, I gave up work. So the jobs I have done, people have asked what jobs I did do in the past. So now I do YouTube. Obviously, I'm a housewife, got 2 children, but they are both older. I've got Harvey, who's 20, and Kai, who's 16. And I also look after my mum and my stepdad. So, yeah, I'm still fairly busy. But, yeah, so the jobs I've done in the past, mainly office jobs. Obviously, when I was younger, I worked at a local theme park, in the shops, and different bits and bobs. My mum owned a shop. So I used to work in my mum's shop when I was young. And then the sort of jobs that I've had have been mainly within the police force. So I have never been a police officer. It's always been an admin role. So I've had a few jobs within the police force. And I worked in the police force for over 20 years. I think about nearly 25 years, between 20 and 25 years. In different jobs, but within the admin clerical side. So I worked in traffic admin, I worked in fingerprints and shoe prints, footprints, and then my last job that I did before I left was in domestic abuse and child abuse. I started off in domestic abuse, and then they wanted us multitasking, if you know what I mean, omnicompetent. That was the word. That was the word. They like to use that one, omnicompetent. So I also had to be trained on child abuse, and I really did not like it, to be fair. I didn't mind the domestic abuse. I mean, obviously that was still upsetting. I didn't go out and see victims or anything like that. I wasn't a police officer, like I say, but you had to read reports, you had to do research, you had to read the background, things like that. So yeah, I could cope with the domestic abuse, but the child abuse I really found very upsetting. At the time, my children were younger as well, and you sort of compare your own children. Well, I did, you know what I mean? And like I say, I had a bit of a mental breakdown anyway when my brother died, and I had lots of things going off, health issues and what have you as well. So I left. So yeah, mainly admin work, you know, yeah, within the police force. So that's the job. That was my last job I had before I left. So yeah, now I just work on YouTube. So I'm very lucky that I can just do YouTube for a job. I know that, and I love YouTube. I love doing it. But yeah, I am quite busy looking after my mum and my stepdad as well. But yeah, so that's it. I think really that covers the jobs, I think. Then Rhiannon Rees asked, how long have you been on YouTube for? I've been on YouTube, time flies, doesn't it? I think for 5 years now. So it's not new. I have been doing this a while. And also Sandra also asked, how long have you been doing YouTube, and what you want to, what made you want to do it, how you got into YouTube, and how you managed to find the time was another question. So basically all those together, I've been doing YouTube 5 years. When I still worked, it was more difficult, obviously, to find the time to film. It does take up a lot more time than what people probably realise with the filming and the editing and the admin. But yeah, I love it. I absolutely love doing YouTube. And what made me want to start doing it was actually my sister's idea. We started the channel together way back when we started. It was called E&A Lifestyle for Emma and Amanda. And then Amanda got to a point where she didn't want to do it anymore. She was very busy and yeah, just couldn't really find the time. So I then did it on my own, and it was Emma's Lifestyle, and then now I changed the channel to be called Emmalouise. So yeah, that's how I started it. It was really down to my sister. It was her idea. So yeah, I'm really grateful to my sister for yeah, making me do it really. It wasn't really anything. When she first suggested it, I said, oh no, I can't do that, I can't do that. No, I don't want to do that, I can't do that. But now I absolutely love it. So yeah, so that's that question I think covered. I hope so. Right, Michelle Giblin, how is your mum and what face cream do you use? So my mum is well. You may have seen my mum, she occasionally, she never wants to be on, but I occasionally say, come on, smile, wave. She's occasionally on my videos. They have a caravan at the seaside near Skegness, and they are actually at a static caravan. They are at the caravan, my mum and my stepdad now. We took them last weekend, we drove them there and stopped tonight and then drove back. So they are actually at the caravan at the moment. So yeah, I feel absolutely lost because I'm usually at my mum's most days, yeah, doing shopping and jobs for her and what have you. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit lost at the minute while they are there. But yeah, she obviously has her ups and downs. As you know, she's lost my brother, her son, and also my sister. One of my sisters, there was 4 of us. Craig, my brother, Nicola, my eldest sister, who passed away from breast cancer, which I have spoken about before. Yeah, not last May, the May before, so it'd be 2 years this May. So she passed away, and then there's me and I'm the youngest, and then there's me and Amanda. Amanda is the one that I started the YouTube channel with. So yeah, my mum obviously suffers with, depression, with feeling obviously upset because she's lost 2 children, which it shouldn't be that way around, should it? Your children should never go before you. And also she's 81, so she's obviously got a lot of health issues herself, but she still manages to smile. We can always have a laugh. Yeah, so that's that. And then what face cream do you use? Well, well, Michelle, all sorts. I love a bit of Emmalouise, but I don't have it very often. It's quite expensive. I love a bit of Clinique. At the moment, I am using a number 7 moisturiser. I love the Decor dupe for the Emmalouise Rose Balm. I'm using that at the minute, the ALDI dupe as a cleansing balm. I've got some BioV night cream. Basically, I use all sorts. I use Primark. I get some of the dupes from Home Bargains. Some of the dupes from ALDI. I sometimes get the face cream from Home Bargains, and then occasionally I'll have a higher end face cream as well. So I can't say that I'm really loyal to any one brand. So yeah, a bit all over the place with that one. And then Kim Smith, hi Kim, asked, out of all the wonderful holidays you have been on, this is a really hard question for me, which was your favourite and why? We love holidays, and I've got quite a few holiday vlogs on my channel. If you want to go back and check them out, over the past few years I've filmed every holiday we've been on. We do enjoy our holidays. I always think, me nor Richard, we don't really drink. We're not teetotal, but we don't drink like all the time, and neither of us smoke. We don't really go out. We're not like pub people, or we don't really go out for meals that often, but we do like to spend our money on holidays. We love a holiday as a family. So yeah, we've been on some really nice holidays, and it's really difficult actually for me to say one favourite. Perhaps I'll break it down. City breaks. I think my favourites have been New York and Venice. We loved New York. It's just so iconic, isn't it? We've only been there once. It was only it was at Christmas. Amazing time to go. I'd recommend going at Christmas. We actually was there for Christmas. We was there Christmas Day. Things were open and everything. There was no problem. And we went to Rome actually for Christmas as well. But yeah, I love Venice and I love New York. So they will probably be my favourite city breaks. Holidays, like beach holidays, we love hiring a villa. It isn't cheap though, but I love to go anywhere in a villa because you own private pool and you own private space. I love that. But villa holidays do tend to be obviously more expensive than going in a hotel. So we haven't been on many villa holidays, to be fair, but I have really enjoyed them when we have. I have to say up there is my 50th birthday trip last year. Not last year, year before. 52 this August. So not last summer, the summer before, we did a 3-centre trip and it was fantastic. And I think it was because we did we went to 3 places. So we went to San Francisco, then we went to Los Angeles, and then we went to Las Vegas. And I enjoyed all of them. I would say Los Angeles was my favourite, then San Francisco, then Las Vegas. But they were just such iconic places to go to, and I just loved it all. I loved seeing all the iconic, like the trams in San Francisco and Golden Gate Bridge and the hotels and what have you in Las Vegas, just absolutely amazing. And we did the zip wire in Las Vegas. The Grand Canyon we went to, which was fantastic. And then in Los Angeles, we went to Disney. And we also did like a tour of Warner Brothers studio, which I love anything like that. We also did where you go around in like a little bit of a minibus type of thing. It was like a bit like a big long Jeep thing. And we went and saw famous people's houses. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that because I was 50 as well. it was just really special, and yeah, absolutely loved it. So that would definitely have to be up there. I think for when the kids was little, Disney, Orlando, America, we've been twice, and yeah, when the kid, I mean, we still love it now, we'd go again, but I'd just like to go to different places. But yeah, we all loved that, and that is one that I wasn't, the first time we went, that was one that I wasn't that bothered about. We went for the kids, because I wasn't a big lover of rides and things like that. I wasn't, you know, really into that sort of thing. But we went, we stayed in a Disney hotel. I'd got you know, a couple of days in, I'd got the mini ears on, I'd got the Disney t-shirt on. I was one of those people that I never thought I would be. I absolutely loved it. And I even went on all the rides as well. I was so proud of myself. So yeah, and also when the kids were little, another one that stands out was Lapland. Just because it was amazing when the kids was little. I wouldn't go now, back again, but it was amazing to do all the sleigh ride and the riding the skidoos and meeting Santa, and they just make it so, it was so magical for the kids. We saw all the elves and the real Santa and Mrs. Claus. And yeah, I mean, I believed in Santa. By the time I got back from that holiday, I believed in Santa. It was just, they made it so good. That is a standout holiday. So I'm sorry, Kim. I've answered that question. I haven't really answered that question. But yeah, I really can't decide. Another question, which I'm going to find quite difficult to answer, is by the Blue Hat House. Which shop do you prefer, Home Bargains or B&M? Now that's a toughie, that is, because as you guys probably know, I love Primark, Poundland, but B&M and Home Bargains, I think, are definitely up there, my top two. And I love them both, probably for different reasons. I'm going to say Home Bargains, I think, has got the edge. I just think, near me, I don't know whether this is all over the country, near me, the Home Bargains tend to be a little bit tidier. Yeah, just B&M sometimes can have things all over the place. Though B&M, I do think is great for homeware bits, for little ornaments, a lot of like sort of rip-off ornaments that they do like in H&M and things like that. I do think B&M is good for that. But overall, I think possibly Home Bargains. Let me know what you guys think. It's a toughie, that one, isn't it? I think Home Bargains is good for like beauty stuff. That kind of thing, I think. But B&M is good as well for house things. Yeah, I'm going Home Bargains because I've got to make a decision. But yeah, I'm a bit not sure. Right, Diana has asked, what part of the country do you live in? We live in Derbyshire, so in the East Midlands, right in the centre of the country. Yeah, our biggest city, we're near Derby, Nottingham. We're about an hour away, like I say, from Sheffield, so we quite often go to the Meadowhall shopping centre. I think it takes about 45 minutes from where we are to get to Meadowhall, so that's where we live. Yeah, if you know anything about Derbyshire, we have got some quite nice scenic areas in Derbyshire, like Bakewell, Ashbourne, Buxton. I mean, I don't live near any of those places, but Matlock Bath, yeah, Derbyshire is quite a pretty place if you're into that kind of, you know, countryside walking and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's where we live. And the Bottle Brush has asked, where is your sideboard from? Oh yes, the sideboard in the living room. I think it was from Wayfair, but we have had it a while, so I don't know whether it's still on there or not. I've asked the job, what jobs have you done before? Yeah, what else? Oh, Michelle has also asked, could you tell me about the wishbone ring that you wear? Yes, I can. This is the ring that I wear, wishbone ring with little diamonds in, and I don't take it off. These are the only two rings that I always wear, my wedding ring and this wishbone ring. This was actually my sister's, Nicola, who passed away, like I said earlier, from breast cancer. It was the 3rd time she'd had breast cancer. She had it first, I think she was 44 when she first had it. She died when she was 57, my eldest sister. The first time she had a breast off, and obviously chemotherapy, and then it came back for the 2nd time, and then the 3rd time, unfortunately, it had spread to quite a few different parts of her body. So before she died, she gave me and my sister some rings. So my sister's got a ring and I've got a ring. My sister always wears hers and I never take this one off. So quite often I'll just, I tend to play with it quite a bit and twiddle it. And yeah, I think of Nick. So it is very, very extremely special to me, is that ring. So yeah, let me just have a cup of coffee. So Sarah has asked, what would your dream home look like? Oh, wow. This has probably changed over the past few years. I would have said, perhaps a few years ago, ultra modern, clean lines, not a lot of things about, quite contemporary. Now, I would still like fairly modern, fairly contemporary, not a lot of clutter. I don't like things everywhere. Definitely got to be light and bright. Ideally with quite a bit of land around it, not too remote, so I'd be scared. Not too like out of it, but no neighbours, no close proximity neighbours. I'd love like a perhaps quite like a long drive, so you set back a bit. Neighbours a little bit further down. Not too remote, but yeah, not right in the hustle and bustle. Not now I'm older. I'd like a bit of peace, a nice view. Yeah, just light and bright. Me and Richard have discussed about when he retires and when the kids are older. Obviously, Harvey is at uni. Kaya is still at home. She's only 16. We have talked about possibly retiring abroad somewhere. Spain's been mentioned because you can get quite a bit for your money in a lot of parts of Spain. So yeah, that's an option maybe for the future. If I was somewhere hot, I'd love to have a swimming pool. I'd love to have my own little pool that I could just, wouldn't it be nice to say, oh, I'll just go and do a few lengths and just go out into your back garden. Because I do like swimming. I love a pool on holiday and I'll go swimming in the pool, as well as it's great to cool down if you're in a hot country. But I don't really like going swimming in the swimming baths. But I definitely would if I'd got my own pool. So yeah, other than that really, yeah, just light and bright. But you know the other thing, oh, I'm so indecisive. I can't answer a question, can I, without like, but maybe. So yeah, on one hand, I would like to live somewhere warm with my own pool. But then again, you know what I always think looks so nice is somewhere in a cold country, like the log cabins. A nice log cabin and a sauna and a hot tub. Yeah, that'd be another option. And then I think the last question, if any of you are still with me, everybody's probably bored to tears and switched off, but if anybody is still with me, I've got one more question. And it was from Sarah again. I don't know whether you say Sarah or Sarah. Can you talk more about celiac disease and how you cope with finding what to eat? I don't know whether you've been recently diagnosed with it, Sarah. But yeah, I've been diagnosed with it, I don't know, a couple of years, is it now? I don't know, because time flies and I'm absolutely rubbish at knowing how long ago things were. But basically, yeah, I've got celiac disease, so I can't eat gluten. At first, it was a bit of a shock, I have to say, but wouldn't you easily get into it. If you join the celiac, what's it called, society, you can be a member if you want to, and you can get the gluten-free app, the scanner app, where you can scan the barcodes on products and it tells you whether they're gluten-free. But the only thing is I always have to make sure I've got my glasses because I can't see. I'm just a whiz now at checking labels. So everything, unless I know, and I've had it before, that it is gluten-free. I turn over the packet and I just read. They do make it a bit more useful because they put allergens in bold. So you just have to pick out the bold, see if it says wheat, and obviously or may contain, if you are also keeping away from the may contain wheat or gluten. I find that the best shop, I think all the supermarkets, Aldi and Lidl, no, not great. All the other supermarkets have their own freeform range. Tesco's is good. I find, it depends what shops are near you, I suppose, and if you've got a good Tesco or a good Sainsbury's or whatever, do you know what I mean? But I think Tesco's is good, and I think Marks and Spencer's is good. A little bit more expensive, but I tend to go and get all the reduced ones and then put them in the freezer, or some of the reduced ones. So I went yesterday actually to Marks and Spencer's, and they've got the reduced freeform spring rolls and 2 reduced spaghetti bologneses. So yeah, I tend to get stuff from the freeform in Marks and Spencer's when it's reduced. I love their freeform granola, the orange berry or something granola. But yeah, I would possibly, definitely read the backs of labels for everything. Possibly, obviously, Google, get as much information as you can. Online is always good to find lots of things out. The scanner app. And just what I did when I first found out, I went round like one a week, and I did Marks and Spencer's, then the week after I did Sainsbury's, Tesco, ASDA, Morrison's. I basically went round them all over a number of weeks and sussed it all out, sussed all their freeform range, what I might like to try, what I don't like. The best bread, I would say, is, in my opinion, is the Warburton's Tiger Bloomer. That's a nice gluten-free bread, and I love the gluten-free granolas. The one from Marks and Spencer's, the berry granola from Tesco. Morrison's also do a berry granola that is gluten-free, obviously. So it is a bit of a shock, and it does take a bit of getting used to. What I find the most disappointing, if you go to sort of posh restaurants or proper restaurants, as I say, they quite often do, their menus are quite often clearly labelled, but it's like if you want to go to McDonald's, you might struggle, or Greggs. Oh, I used to love a Greggs. Used to love a baguette or a pasty from Greggs. And now, all Greggs do, as far as I'm aware, is, I think it's, double check, don't take my word for it, but the the rice with the sweet onion barges or something in a pot, I believe that is gluten-free, and they do a pack of gluten-free brownies, which are always near the till. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. But yeah, I used to love just going to Greggs, getting a bacon cob, or the tuna crunch baguette. Yeah, I really miss Greggs. So yeah, it's all right. Obviously, you'd rather not be. And I do think that a lot of countries are actually better than us. When we went to Minorca last year, they had a lot of restaurants that was definitely a lot more gluten-free. A lot of European countries, and maybe America, I'm not sure. I've not been there since I've been gluten-free. But a lot of other countries, McDonald's and Burger Kings, actually have gluten-free buns and do cater for gluten-free better. I don't think our country is really amongst the best. I've heard that Italy is really good for gluten-free. Spain, there are a lot of other countries that are better, I believe, than we are, but we are definitely getting better. So yeah, just check it all out really, and find out where your favourite bits are in your local supermarket really. So anyway, oh, I really hope I haven't waffled too much. I have, haven't I? Yeah, I know I have. So if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. Please click like if you've liked the button. As always, put any video requests forward. I'll always try my best to film them. And without any more waffle, I will see you all again soon. Thank you for everybody who sent in a question. Take care. Bye.